The Stoics Ka, How Ancient Egypt and Rome Teach Unbreakable Self-Belief. Welcome to a journey that will bring the timeless wisdom of Egypt and Rome into the modern world of self-development, business, and personal resilience. Think of each chapter as a gateway, a doorway into a different world. And together we'll uncover how the ancient idea of the Ka, combined with the disciplined mindset of Stoicism, can empower you to build self-belief that cannot be shaken. Chapter 1. Foundations of the Ka, the Temple of Self. Long before pyramids rose to claim the sky, the Egyptians believed that every human carried a Ka, a divine spark that represents life, spirit, and essence. In the great temple of Hatshepsut at Deir el-Bahri, the statues of the pharaoh were carved from the same stone that the priests believed contained the living essence of the ruler. The pharaoh's own hands were said to have shaped his Ka, and so it was also believed that one's own hands could shape one's destiny. From that story, the first lesson emerges: you are the potter in your own life. The Ka reminds us that our inner essence is not fixed, it is sculpted by our thoughts, actions, and decisions. In the present, this translates to the practice of deliberate self-reflection. Ask yourself, when I am at a crossroads, what will I sculpt my future with? Every choice is a chisel that sharpens or blunts your inner spirit. To apply it today, try a simple daily ritual. Lay out one sheet of paper, write a single value or intention in bold letters, and hold it in front of you. Whenever adversity comes, look back at this writing and realign your actions with that core principle. In doing so, you keep your Ka consistent, as you would a temple steady under a storm. Conclusion: just as the ancient temple stood firm through centuries of winds, your consistent intention can become a bulwark of self-belief. By recognizing the Ka as an active, rather than passive, part of you, you free yourself to shape destiny rather than wait for it to come to you. Call to action. If this story resonated with you, like this video, share it with a friend who could use a reminder of their own inner power, and hit subscribe for more wisdom that turns history into habit. Reflective question: when you see your daily choices, which ones do you feel are actually shaping your personal Ka? Chapter 2. The Stoic Eye, the Walls of the Forum. The Roman Forum, the beating heart of ancient political life, stood not only as a place of debate, but also as a silent teacher of resilience. Think of the story of Emperor Caligula's infamous edict to make his horse a consul. Rather than a joke, it was a reminder that reputation can be bent and broken if you don't control the narrative. The forum's marble walls absorbed every argument, every triumph, every defeat, yet the city endured as long as its citizens adhered to principles of moderation and reason. Take this as an invitation to cultivate the Stoic eye. Observe your environment with a detached, curious lens. Instead of reacting emotionally to criticism, notice the content of it and use it as a mirror of your own beliefs. If someone calls your decision unwise, ask yourself, is there truth in this? Should I adjust my path? If not, calmly reaffirm why you pursued that goal. Today's application: set a routine to review your most critical feedback, one from each quarter of the year, and write down what you are grateful for from it and what you can adapt. By approaching criticism with the Stoic mindset, you transform every potential attack into a self-inspection that strengthens your character. Conclusion: like the Forum remained a place of gathering and debate long after empires rose and fell, a mind attuned to reason can navigate the noise of the world and remain grounded in self-belief. Call to action: share this perspective with a colleague who could learn to see criticism as a tool, not a threat, and subscribe for more transformative mindsets. Reflective question: what thoughts surface when you hear criticism today? Are they fleeting emotions or deeper insights? Chapter 3. The Parable of the Sphinx, Unmasking the Inner Voice. Every traveler passed the Great Sphinx at Giza, and before they could leave, the Sphinx posed a riddle. What walks on 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs at noon, and 3 legs in the evening? The answer, man, was accepted only after the young traveler had truly listened to his own reasoning and reflected on the stages of life. The Sphinx's challenge was not to stump. It was to prompt self-sensing and acknowledgement of the internal process that governs all humans. In your own life, your own inner voice is that riddle. How do you respond at each stage of an issue? Do you rush to a solution, hesitate, or finally find clarity? To apply this parable, begin a nightly journaling practice. Before bed, Write down one question that has been haunting you and then answer it as if you were the Sphinx, using only your own observations. Over time, this exercise develops your ability to listen deeply to yourself and to trust the answer that comes up. Conclusion: by learning to speak to yourself through the same method the Sphinx used, you cultivate a dialogue that is honest, reflective, and increasingly accurate. This leads to an unshakable self-belief that is not rooted in external approval, but in your own inner wisdom. Call to action. If you're ready to start a practice of inner listening, hit the share button and send a note to someone who could benefit from this ritual. Subscribe for more ancient methods that align with modern mindfulness. Reflective question. When you ask yourself one question tonight, what answer will you reveal that you have been holding back? Chapter 4. The Arch of Triumph, Building Resilience Through Rituals. The arch that crowns the entrance to the mausoleum of Augustus, the Arch of Constantine, was a physical testament to the continuity of power and the strength of ritual. When Constantine crossed the arch, he did not merely walk. He performed a ceremonial act that proclaimed his victory and his authority. These rituals were ingrained in public consciousness and gave people a sense of direction and stability. Modern business leaders and entrepreneurs emulate this principle in their daily rituals. Whether it's a morning run, a coffee with a mentor, or a brief affirmation, rituals shape expectation and embed resilience into routine. Start by crafting a personal victory arch ritual. It could be a 10-minute meditation that anchors you before meeting stakeholders or a daily affirmation that reminds you of your core mission. Keep the ritual consistent. It is the arch that frames each day's challenges and successes. Conclusion. In the same way the Arch of Constantine represented a portal that guided the public toward a narrative of triumph, your ritual becomes a guide that directs your inner narrative, reinforcing self-belief and making adversity feel like a manageable trial rather than an insurmountable obstacle. Call to action. Create a short video of your ritual and post it using My Victory Arch to connect with others doing the same. Like, share, and subscribe for daily inspiration. Reflective question. What single ritual could you adopt that would make you feel as powerful as stepping over a triumph arch? Chapter 5. Echoes of the Nile, Carrying the Soul Forward. The Nile is the lifeblood of Egypt, a river that knows no banks and flows without hesitation, nurturing civilization with its steady presence. In ancient times, the Egyptians saw the Nile's periodic flooding as a reminder that change, while inevitable, can be welcoming if it nourishes growth. The flood that once threatened life also birthed agriculture, knowledge, and prosperity. In a modern context, this teaches us that resilience is not about rigid permanence but adaptive flow. When a project fails or a partnership dissolves, view it as a flood that clears old roots and makes space for new ones. Practical application. When confronted with a setback, practice the flow test. Ask yourself, what can this change teach me? How can I redirect my resources, perhaps toward a new opportunity, by following the direction of this disruption? This approach turns every disappointment into a chance for growth. Conclusion. Like the Nile's steady movement through the desert, your self-belief must know how to keep moving forward, even when the path is uncertain. This fluidity preserves the Ka within you, allowing it to thrive regardless of circumstance. Call to action. Record a short audio clip of yourself reflecting on one recent challenge and how you will let it flow into growth. Push it to your community, tag it Nile Flow, and keep subscribing for more tools that let your soul move fluidly. Reflective question. In what ways can you reframe a recent hardship as a natural force that will renew your growth? Philosophy Spotlight, Stoicism. Stoicism is the ancient framework that urges us to focus on what we can control and to accept what we cannot. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, practiced Stoicism daily, keeping a private journal, now known as Meditations, that is still guiding us today. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This insight reminds us that obstacles are not merely barriers, but catalysts for resilience. Lesson 1. Acceptance. When you face a situation you cannot change, Stoicism teaches you to accept it fully, thereby freeing your mind from emotional turbulence. Apply this by identifying one current source of frustration you can't alter and consciously letting it go, thereby redirecting your mental energy toward constructive action. Lesson 2, Inner Virtue. Stoicism values inner qualities, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, over external circumstances. The unbreakable self-belief comes from living by these virtues daily, such as practicing honesty in a negotiation or courage in confronting a risky market trend. Lesson 3, Action Focus. Instead of endless analysis and rumination, Stoics emphasize decisive action. Adopt micro goals that push you out of analysis paralysis, such as spending a single hour on a new client proposal or learning a new skill. Connecting to the overall theme, Stoicism harmonizes with the Egyptian Ka by reinforcing that your essence shines brightest not when you achieve perfection, but when you rise above external noise and act from a place of virtuous intention. This marriage creates an unshakable foundation, an inner spirit that endures through tides, a disciplined mind that navigates chaos, and a purposeful soul that continues its journey with confidence. Call to action. If the Stoic philosophy resonates, consider beginning a daily reflection journal or share this concept on social media with Stoic Ka and let it inspire others on their own path. Subscribe to our channel for more timeless teachings that help you stay grounded in an ever-moving world. Conclusion of the script. By weaving together the enduring symbolism of the Egyptian Ka and the practical discipline of Roman Stoicism, we have uncovered a blueprint for unbreakable self-belief. Let the ancient words echo. Your spirit is shaped by you. Your mind can observe without being consumed. Your inner dialogue can unlock deeper truths. Your rituals can anchor you, and your resilience can flow like the Nile. Take these lessons, plant them in today's soil, water them with action, and watch as the roots of your self-belief grow ever stronger. I invite you to like, share, and subscribe or follow to join this journey of growth. Let the journey begin today.